Hi. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Despite my groaning, I'm actually doing okay. I think my main thing right now is I have a headache. Waking up for an 8 a.m. seminar is basically tantamount to torturing me with like bamboo sticks going up my back. It's not good for me. I have horrid headache because I had to wake up at 6:50 a.m. this morning. I am not built for that. But, we're here, and it's time to free the planet, I guess, for the third time. I don't know. I feel like I'm cursed playing Freedom Planet in the sense that whenever it's time to actually stream the game, I magically no longer have anything left to talk about for the week. I have a couple of things on my document to be more fair to me, but I always notice that it is always the Freedom Planet streams where I'm like, I just have nothing to say. Like the Mega Man streams, like, that makes sense, I have stuff to say. Those are always on Mondays. I always have something to say there. Because the weekend just happened. And, it's the first stream of the week. Therefore, most of the things I can say are said on that day. But, yeah, for Freedom Planet Tuesdays, I don't know, man. It's, it's a little bit of a rough one sometimes. Even Doom Tuesdays has it a little bit better. Because, like, I don't know. Just the fact that I get to chat with Grim, a second person there who also has, like, ideas and hopes and dreams and feelings and life experience, can talk, help fill in the void when I'm not feeling so shitty. But instead, it's just you and me, invisible objects. No, you're better than invisible objects. You're visible objects. Maybe even people. And hopefully we can have plenty of fun talking about stuff today. Let me navigate the game, because I'm currently in my Carol profile, so that way I can play some music that wasn't just the title screen music. Gotta get back to the title screen, so that way we can properly get the stream going. And start talking about Mila. You did not hear Battlesphere music. That did not happen. That is fake news. Alright, hey, there we are. Now the visuals are up, and we have gaming to do. Alright, so, I have stuff to talk about with Carol a little bit, but, yeah, let's get to Mila. Get on to Adventure. We'll play Mila on Normal. Brain Combo. I didn't know that she brought Cranky in here with her. Shout out my Thomas the Tank Engine fans. Alright, she's the Explorer type. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe the idea is that she's easiest to like navigate maps with. But I gotta say, Carol has been far superior to navigate maps with. Superior to what? I guess Lilac. I don't know if she's gonna be superior to Mila necessarily, but I get a distinct feeling she will be. Alright, we're keeping all the handicap stuff off. Alright, here we go. On to Adventure. Play a brief tutorial. Sure, tell me how Mila works. You in fact run left and right. Welcome to Avalis. Follow the signs. Of course I will. And she has the cute running on all fours animation, because doggy. Right shoulder. Okay, so she has more like a jab melee attack thing kind of going on now. And unlike Carol, you actually have to press the button repeatedly, it seems. Alright, well, that's good because I'm an idiot and was pressing the button repeatedly anyways while I was playing Carol. Oh no, I ended up in the pit. How do I get out of here? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. That is really easy to gain vertical height. I mean, Carol wasn't exactly difficult at gain vertical height with either. But, like, that's just hold the A button, and you go pretty goddamn high. But, like, to be fair, I think Carol maybe has the higher potential for height overall, so maybe Mila just makes it easiest. Also, like, Carol can obviously also climb walls, too, so. Did I just make a brick when I dashed there? still do that. Oh, okay. Make a brick when you dodge. Interesting. And you can expend that. Oh, okay. I didn't even read that. I was too busy playing around with my funny gun. Mila's special moves are defense-oriented shield barrier. Nifty cool can be aimed in any direction. Reflect incoming projectiles. Try reflecting when I continue. I sure did do that. Definitely on purpose, too. And also summon phantom cubes when guarding. Used for powered-up attacks can be aimed in any direction. Destroy the target. The shown move above to continue. Okay. And that's how you do the... for, like, main attack from the previous game. Oh, but you can actually... Okay. You don't have to keep bringing the shield back up and back down. I was tapping X to do that many times. But I guess, yeah, you could just... Alright, how about that? That's gonna be fun. I didn't... You know, of all the things, I really didn't expect Mila to have a gun. That one didn't feel like it was on the docket. I didn't think she was going to get torque scrap gameplay. But I'll take it. It'll be fun to have a character that's, like, actually ranged, instead of, like, how, you know, both Carol and functionally Lilac are melee fighters. I mean, Carol does have Lilac does have, like, you know, a couple of, like, sort of range things, like, especially if she ends up getting a power-up, she ends up having, like, you know, the Master Sword kind of treatment, but, you know, functionally, they are melee characters. Mila actually having a ranged option is unusual. And kind of unprecedented for the whole series, honestly. I mean, I guess she technically had range, but they were like... that was extended melee in Freedom Planet 1. It wasn't, It was extended melee in Freedom Planet 1. It wasn't really, you know, bullets. And that's it. Ever need a refresher? Okie doke.
Here we go.
Oh, and she goes, wow, wow. That's cute. Anyways, thing happens. Flashback to 3 years ago when we kicked that alien guy's ass. He deserved it. And the big fish lady got mad that day. Maybe I'm dumb, but I'm kind of just realizing the game doesn't really talk about why the Kingdom Stone imprisoned Merga. Just kind of does, you know?
Oh no, this looks bad.
This does look bad. You're supposed to be at your house right now.
Hey, you're being mean.
This is supposed to be Lilac and Carol's moment. Oh, sweet. So I guess I did mention I had like a couple things I could talk about. Like I guess I kind of pointed out the main menu back there. I have actually been playing more of the game offline. I played a good bit of Carol, and I'm trying to actually 100% her profile, just for funsies. So I've been actually going around and collecting all the little MacGuffins that are in each stage, and you know, thankfully it's fairly easy, all things considered. Well, it's been fairly easy with Carol because of the whole excellent mobility kind of thing going for her. But it's also been kind of a fun experience too, because it's like, you know, I actually... Now that it's like I can do that off stream, I'm not so focused on like, okay, well, I should balance exploration with being fast so that way people don't get bored. But now it's just like, okay, I can explore at my leisure and not take too long. And it's not like anybody was yelling at me before if I took too long, but I want to keep the stream moving. So I have the leisure to just be like, okay, I'm going to search this entire space, you know, up and down, far and wide, until I find everything I need. The only stage I had to cheat out on, actually, to get all the items was the volcano stage. That one was... I mean, I probably would have found it if eventually, but there was just, like, one chest, like, kind of in the middle of everything that, like, wasn't really obvious, and I just kind of happened to skip over it, and it's just like, you know, I don't really feel like searching again. Oh, cool, she can still dig in this game. Nothing to dig here. I did that, and plus it was also a great opportunity Now Carol is the save file with the distinction of being the audio testing save file, because I now have all the records in the game over on that file there too. So maybe expect more streams to start off randomly with the Carol profile, so that way I can have a wider array of music to play during the starting soon screen. Also, one of the things I realized doing the kind of 100%ing Carol's file is the fact that you know, I was complaining during my playthrough that Carol didn't really get to use her bike all that much, which felt at least like many fewer times than she got the opportunity to do so in Freedom Planet 1. But it turns out that I am a bit of a dummy. Slash, I purposely ignored this because there actually totally is a charm that just literally gives you your bike in every single stage. So if you really want to play with Carol's bike that badly, which, I mean, come on, why wouldn't you? Your mobility is insane when you have it. You can just do that. You can just put on a medal and you'll have a bike in every stage. Now, you're probably going to go, like, maybe not deaf, I wouldn't say, but you're going to get very, very acquainted with the sound of the motor. And it might start driving you crazy after a little while. But, you know, it's a small price to pay for absolutely busted mobility. Even more so than Carol already has in this game. Oh, bunch of cubes. Okay, that's what those do for Mila. I also only realized during my Carol playthrough that all those platforms, like, with the item, basically only exists for Carol, like, purposefully, and then it's because Carol needs to get her bike off of those platforms, and then it's like, oh, okay, they just kind of need to design something for the other characters when they cross over those little hologram things. Because, yeah, you know, Lilac normally just ends up getting that kind of useless Master Sword ability for a short period of time, and then I guess it seems like Mila goes ahead and gets a bunch of cubes, so she can, you know, use more of this ammo without having to dodge repeatedly, which I don't know, cool, I guess. Hey, it's better than what Lilac got, because this at least lasts for a longer period of time. Oh, cool, that reflects fire, too, nice. Though I don't think that this ability is necessarily going to make or break Mila like it does for Carol. Or, I mean, hell, it doesn't really make or break Carol, but it's just really nice to have. So far, I'm enjoying actually playing Mila right now. She feels more... For being a more defensive character, she feels more offensively oriented than she did previously. Like, it's less of a matter of, like... I mean, I guess in Freedom Planet 1, she was also pretty offensively oriented, but it felt more like, you know, you're spamming one move to be very offensively oriented as Freedom Planet 1 Mila. Whereas here, you have at least a couple more options. Your mobility is good enough to where, like, you don't need to worry about, you know, you can always close the distance. You actually have full health, so you're not just, like, constantly a small baby a few hits away from death. You can always regenerate the cube, and given that there's always options to use the cube, like, that's actually kind of nice. Like, you know, Mila can do more things with similar kit. You know that thing I said about getting through stages quickly because I was on stream? Yeah, I guess I lied about that. I think I now like killing enemies for fun. A sick, twisted individual. Hey, Scorebar, welcome. Is dog, but is Green Lantern or something. Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, I think it would be cool if, like, Mila could make, like, anything with her green energy. She probably could, but I don't know. Maybe she just chooses not to for, you know, she knows that then she'd be too powerful and God would have to nerf her. I mean, you know, maybe if she could just summon, like, a big old, like, green train to run through every stage, like, I don't think there would be much need for the other pals in the game, you know? They would just kind of be afterthoughts at that point. Who needs a bike on Carol when you can just, like, literally run a train through any single stage and kill all the enemies? So, you know, Mila's just holding back so that way she can be on par with the rest of her friends and not make her friends feel bad. Anyways, hope you're doing well, Scorebar. Because bike tastes better than train. And it's true. I do like gasoline. And trains nowadays typically run on electricity rather than diesel power. So I guess you do have a point there. I don't think electricity necessarily is very tasty. Anyways, expect crappy commentary today, because I don't have much to talk about. I kind of just spoke about how it was fun. I've been 100%ing Carol, and that's been a fun, getting to just explore the levels and find all the stuff. And otherwise, yeah, I don't have too much to talk about, because Freedom Planet days are just cursed to not have many topics. Because, I don't know, I guess I just end up not... Even though Doom Tuesdays usually have a thing or two to talk about, Freedom Planet Tuesdays just don't have shit. Oh yeah, and also I have a headache today because I woke up early. Yay. And get past this little rest area. Where do you think you're going, buddy? Oh, he got away. Damn. After all the time I've still played this game, I still don't exactly understand the, like, vine gimmick. It doesn't feel very good to actually use. The momentum on it just doesn't work the way I think it does. Ow. Alright. Okay, so it's a little bit harder to aim as Mila in this one, because I feel like proportionally the cube is not as large as it was previously. Although, yeah, rocking enemies' hitboxes with the cube still seems like the optimal strategy. Especially if you can, like, you know, hit double hitbox like this. That works good. Although gun seems to work too. New gun ability. I do also like Mila's stance as well.
Mission complete.
We'll get to see it better next time, but I do like Mila's idle stance is pretty nice. She's she's very ready for combat. She's very ready to throw hands. Alright, back to the water temple. I'm guessing I'm going to accidentally run into Lilac and Carol now. Might as well put on the time limit as well. Oh no, what happened here? Oh, it's Stumpy. What, I wanted to talk to Stumpy!
I'll be right there. Lilac! Carol! Wow, you guys look awful. Nice to see you too.
Yeah, sorry it's on such late notice, but could we crash at your place tonight? Our house was destroyed by this giant robot.
Giant
We need
robot,
a
you
place
say?
to stay while we fix up
I
the...
brought snacks! Please, come right in. Mi laboratorio es su laboratorio.
This cutscene makes a hell of a lot less sense given that in this playthrough, Mila is the one canonically chasing the robot down through the forest, but these two did not.
Okay?
I guess it could be interpreted as in this timeline, Mila chases the robot down through the forest, and like it just happens to collide into Carol and Lilac's hut
Oh, Lady Mila.
without intending to, but
Surprise.
feels
what are you
off.
doing here? Did your treehouse get wrecked too? This isn't about that explosion last week, right? It was an accident, I swear! I was just trying a new chemical compound that would change the color of my clothes!
No.
Oh, okay.
But now that you've mentioned it, I'll have you file a little report once we return to Shang 2.
Also a good point.
Okay.
Does the Shang-Tu's jurisdiction extend out this far?
The Magister
Because I'm
has summoned
pretty
you all for
sure
an audience.
Shangmu is actually closer on the map.
Magister wants to
And
see
we're in the
us?
forest, not
But
the city.
why?
We're
Slash
safer
city-state.
discussing this at the palace. Come.
Well, what if we don't wanna? You did kinda crash our unscripted sleepover.
It would be unwise of you to refuse.
I could kick your ass.
Milo, what are you?
Hey, you heard the lady!
Watch the
Oh, no.
hold on a sec.
Make that 2 reports.
Hi, scary lady. What do you have to say to me, the doggy? I will meet you outside the gate, gather supplies. Yes, yes. Okay, hi, Stump. It's Mr. Stumpy. He's happy because leaves still grow on him. Yay! Mila's taken such good care of Mr. Stumpy. Okay, let me actually take a second to look at all of my controls a little bit more, because I know there's some stuff I haven't actually explored yet. Okay, so we have a normal jump. We have a regular melee attack, which I don't really think I'm ever going to be using that much on her, except for a quick brush clearing. Okay, so she has the shield she can hold up and do gun. Okay. And then dodging is the cube. And she has this for shooting the cube. Alright. And she can do more cubes. Going down, she can dig, although really not here. Holding up, super burst? Is that? No, that's the same thing. Oh, that's such a cute looking up sprite. That it is still very funny that all of the, like, Lilac, obviously there's no reference for, like, what a dragon does in real life and poses, and Carol only kinda has, like, some cat energy, more just, like, when, like, swiping, and I'm pretty sure Nira is everything that a panda isn't. But, like, Mila really, like, amps up, like, the dog, look to, like, 11. She really always has, like, the cute dog pose. I mean, look at that. She's even whacking her tail. She's like, and if you hold down, she goes and rolls over, too. Would you look at that cute little bean? Why does the cube make bullets louder? Because the bullets are now bigger. So they have more mass, and therefore they're displacing more, they have more energy when colliding with the air. Therefore, more sound. But yeah, Mila really does get, like, the... I think Mila might actually be the favorite character of the devs, just saying, considering Mila, that or the devs just really like dogs, which is fair. I'm not a huge dog person, but I could see why. And Mila is adorable, so there's no denying that. Oh, hey, person, welcome. Particularly the most powerful being in the entire Freedom Planet verse? Yeah, it seems so. And it seems we'll get to learn even more about it later on as well, given that, you know, there's the whole, what do you mean she's an alien? What do you mean Serpentine thinks she's some kind of crazy weapon of war?
You will travel
What's
to
that
Shang's
all
palace
about?
and meet
We'll
with the
find that all out in
Magister
due time.
immediately.
No worries, Lady
Oop,
Nira.
oh, preference again. Okay. Anyways, yeah, let's get over. Let's get through Shenlong Park. Let's see. Other things. I did recently hear from Proto that the Freedom Planet Plus mod got dropped. So there's a good reason to revisit Freedom Planet 1 at some point. I'm definitely not doing that as soon as I'm done with Freedom Planet Plus stuff as well, which honestly I'm interested in doing anyways, just because, like, you know, it would be great to give, like, Spade a try, because they added Spade in that mod, and, like, oh, cool, like, again, ranged character, and just different guy, and also seems like he maybe has some more Freedom Planet 2 kind of DNA in him with, like, having a dodge and that kind of thing. Admittedly, this is the one character you haven't really tried out yourself in Freedom Planet 2. Fair enough. I mean, you know, it's easy to get caught up, especially, like I was kind of saying, Carol is, like, Carol's really my favorite character out of the 2 I've played so far. And, you know, I have high hopes for Mila, but at the same time, I'm like, I know that Carol's kind of my girl. Oh, that doesn't block the bombs, huh? The one thing I wanted that to block would have been nice. Exactly, the same day. It's nuts. Or is that a separate mod for the 2 game? Oh, for Freedom Planet 2. Sorry, I wasn't reading that right. Huh, wow, there's one for this game as well. Interesting. Well, looks like I'll have plenty of Spade to play later on. Perhaps, in one sense, it would be better if I just got to it immediately for analytics and such, but... it's okay. We'll get there. I need to space out some of the Freedom Planet stuff just for my own sake, so I think post-Cave Story, we'll have just, you know, It's the Spade Power Hours, and get to play both Freedom Planet 1 and Freedom Planet 2 Spade. You know, for kicks. You know, Mila, this dialogue doesn't really make much sense when you're going this path in your story. I feel like it's going to be another thing that I'm a little bit irked about, is that so far already, you could tell, like, the dialogue doesn't really make sense for Mila as much as it did for Lilac and Carol's stories. And, like, Freedom Planet 1 also did this as well, so, like, it would have been nice if there was, like, some slight dialogue modifications, or, like, maybe some slight level modifications. Like, give us a path that only Mila can go down, right? So that way it makes sense why she's like, guys, you're doing something stupid. You're going the wrong way, kind of thing. But, you know, instead we just kind of get her going through the same path and just, like, doesn't quite make sense anymore. But, oh well. It's not like the game is bad because of it. It does just feel like a little bit of an oversight. It does feel weird not having Carol's bike speed after playing her offline for so damn long lately. Like a character-specific stuff is one of the game's shortcomings. Yeah, it is a little unfortunate. Especially, I feel like just keeping up the trend, I'm getting this distinct feeling that Nira's story is really not gonna make much sense, because if she ends up going through all of the same things, it's like, yeah, sure, the Gang of Four is technically together in all of this, but Nira is absolutely the one that plays, like, the least significant role amongst, like, the stages. Like, I feel like she just does not make sense in half of the situations. Especially because she's usually the one being like, actually, maybe don't go out there and, like, try to find your sister. Anyways, I'm gonna go out to the airship and find your sister. Or, like, I'm going to actually go ahead and, like, follow you into the battlesphere, even though, like, you're just wasting our time. And I want to discipline you for that. Just becomes how you traverse the level and what parts of the level you can skip. Yeah, basically. And it is kind of unfortunate. That does seem to be all it is. Freedom Planet 1 at least gave us a different stage or two for Carol and Lilac, but it doesn't seem that Mila is going to get the same, or any of the characters are going to get the same treatment in this game. Come on, spawn in. I don't got all day. I only have 30 seconds left before I lose on my my timer bonus here. Okay, that doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage, so it's still basically down to the same tactic as last game. Alright, and I took a little bit too long. I'm not getting that bonus. Oh well. Okay. Mila does at least still destroy bosses like in the first game. That's quite a good bit of damage. I think the early edition of Nira combined with wanting to make sure that all characters felt good in the stages rather than just Lilac impacted the design. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I at the very least do enjoy the fact that all the characters are going to be designed like to be really fun to actually play, whereas like Freedom Planet 1, you know, it was very Lilac focused and she really felt like good to play. Whereas Carol was like, okay, you know, this is still fun, but like Carol has like maybe some issues of like especially having being vertically challenged. And then Mila was still fun to play in Freedom Planet 1, but like, I don't know, the kind of glass cannony low health thing that she had going on, plus like having a very spammy play style, and also one that was like, her power level was like kind of busted, making Carol's like supposedly, you know, meant to be like the busted fighter character, shtick kind of invalidated a little bit. It definitely was like, Mila felt like a little bit of a, well, we don't have time to balance this. Just send whatever we've got. Go, go, go. Oh, Nira can't fly in some way. Interesting.
Your Excellency.
Welcome. We appreciate
Well,
your
that's your net dying. Hey, VOD watchers. Oh, okay, good. We're back again. All right, give everybody a second to catch back up. Okay, and sorry the stream is dying for some reason. What's wrong with the internet lately? We've been having this happen at once per stream every once in a while. I might need to go ahead and call my ISP to be like, so something's broken. Can you like fix it? Because this has been happening every single time I've tried streaming. Anyways, yes, Never Played This Game reminds you of the old Sonic games. That would be correct, bingo. This is actually a very Sonic-inspired series. In fact, the original game was actually conceived of as a Sonic fan game before getting its own characters, and now we have a second game out, and it's cool. It's great. Has to get creative with their ice powers to reach higher areas. Makes sense. And I think that's good. It'll give it gives Nira more of an identity, right?
And you will be graciously
You know,
rewarded.
What kind of reward
if she's
are you
a
looking
character
for?
that,
Vodka
you know,
cash?
has that same kind of
A
vertical
statue of
challenge, but, you know, is
A solid gold
made more
motorbike?
interesting by her ice powers,
I think
then
a
it's
motor
like
would
good to
love a
actually,
solid
you know,
gold
good
bike.
thing.
Wow, way to crush my hopes and dreams into dust, Mila.
Any gems you find on a mission are yours to keep.
It's like if Mila in her first game
You may
did
use
not
the
have
first
the
rounds
ability to
of
like
base operations.
What?
you know,
That's not
hover,
a reward. That's
then
just
you would have
making up
actually had to make
shit.
much more use of like her
Mila
you know,
did.
momentum kind
Well,
of
we need a place to stay.
shot, you know?
We can't just freeload off Mila. Besides, the money could help us rebuild our home.
Also, bingo, if
I
I'm
don't
talking over
know.
dialogue, sorry. That
I
if this is
wanna
your first
find
time
the
watching it, but
robot
like
that trashed our
I've heard
house
this
and
all
kick
before.
its
I've played the
big,
other two
shiny
characters,
metal
so
butt.
I'm kind of
I'd
just
like to
having
help,
it play in the background in
but
case anybody
my
needs to read it
laboratory.
for the first time.
Our soldiers can transport all your equipment here easily.
Oh, that'd be great.
Can't ride through the air on ice. Aw,
Make sure they're
man.
wearing safety equipment.
I wanted to roleplay as Fairy Leviathan and do that kind of thing, man.
You render your
Oh, well.
world a great service.
Anyhow, hi Magister. I am Doggy. If you have mission-specific requests, please consult Lieutenant Nira. Yep. Okay. Perform great deeds. That's not raised for past misconduct. Hey, look, I mean, Nira, I understand why you're mad at Carol and Lilac here, but I don't think Mila did anything wrong. She was not part of the scarves or nothing. In fact, I think she's the cleanest one out of the operation. She helped get rid of Brevin, no strings attached, no questions asked. So like, maybe you could chill, Nira?
You? Seriously? You're practically a child.
Okay, this is a valid
Child,
criticism
you've
from
done that
Ascal.
android you've been chasing for the past week.
Well, aren't we the eager beaver? I've got my eye on you, kid.
Damn, way to let her speak for herself, Nira. But thanks for defending me. They're so cute. Oh my god, this they are. Since I saw you, welcome back. Yeah, hey Gong. Telling people what you did to beat Brevin, but they don't listen. Don't worry though, everyone here knows your story. Mostly about getting thrown in jail, but you know, that's just because he's a really bad storyteller. Alright, too chilled with that staff of hers. I get it. Anyways, yeah, I was showing actually some of the animations being cute earlier, bingo. I can show them off again. So like, Mila gets nice and stanced up in her idle pose. You also hold down long enough, she does a little rollover. because dog. Looking up, she has that, you know, cute kind of paws in the air type of thing. Mila is definitely the character where the cuteness factor is like turned up to 20. The other characters are, you know, great, well designed too, and definitely cute in their own right. But like Mila is like, yep, this is full puppy dog mode. Fighting any illnesses. Name's May. Bioengineering, synthetic flesh. Tiny children's fingers. Let's see. Escal's in here, right? I can go, oh, hey, Carol, what's up? Yo, what's up? Hey, I'm saying that. Escal places a tavern. Yeah, grab a drink. We'll take the dialogue that we don't get to have. That we get different dialogue we get to have with every single person. New blood, huh? Reminds me when I first signed up. Got put through a ringer of hazing that never seemed to end. Clean the latrines every day. Worked twice as hard to get where I am. Hazing finally stopped, but the hate didn't. Too bad for them, I ain't going anywhere. I think you say the same exact thing to everybody else. Also, we're not really that new blood. Like, we've been through this before. There was a whole game about us previously. Oh, also Bingo, my favorite, least favorite NPC in the whole game. The racist child. How are you settling in? I know Shang 2 can be a pretty confusing city for you foreign types. Not that I'm saying you're stupid or anything, just that there's an adjustment period to our way of life. The kid gets more racist as the game goes along. It's fucking great. Just to see, like, oh wow, this kid's a prick. You always gotta have one. Welcome to El Laboratorio de Mila. By the awesome power of science, I can talk to myself to help us out on our missions with potions. Oh, wow, she's literally just talking to herself, huh? She wasn't even going to... Alright, we didn't... Again, kind of harping back to earlier, this feels just a touch lack of polish. Like, it could have been at least, like, you know... If you want to just keep the same dialogue box, just put a second one at the end being like, anyways, that's what I would say if Carol was showing up, but I'm here on my own. Alright. I think I know exactly what I want to get again. Oh, hold on. I need to go exchange gems really quick. I need attack up. I need it! I'm so addicted to having maximum attack power thanks to playing Carol. It's like, I don't think I'm gonna get used to having, like, just regular attack power again on Mila here. Alright. No, wait. You're a child. You don't sell things. You are the one in charge of the armory. Flano. Character I barely remember. Oh, hey, person, if you sent that message when I thought you did, you might be a little bit behind. You might want to catch up on the stream because of that one disconnect. The lag got bad. Or just hit 1.5 speed. That's what I usually do. Thanks. Give me that attack up. Any other characters with funny dialogue here I could show off for a second? General Gong's got a great training dojo. Now he will not help you learn advanced techniques. Don't forget your guard button. Used to live next to Kiara till she put all the furniture and put it in her dollhouse. Why do kids have to be so giant? I know, it sucks being a little mouse person. This knee of mine keeps me from proper field work. Oh god, right, it's the Skyrim NPC. Alright, on to the mission selection. Okay. So, which one do we want to see first? I've done these in multiple orders last time, but do we want to go to the Battlesphere first? Do we want to go to the airship Seguada first? Or do we want to go up north and mess with Brevin's old crew? Take your pick, audience. I'll be waiting here for a moment. The one you haven't done first before. Crap, that requires me to remember which one I haven't done first before. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I did the Battlesphere first as Carol. I think I did the Sky Pirate thing first as Lilac, because I think I just went in order of rising difficulty. So I think we need to go do Revan's, or the Mystery of the Frozen North. It's a mystery. No one knows what it's about. Alright. Let's go do that then. With no dialogue to tell me. Okay, there we go.
For our help. Apparently, they need to track down a thief that's been stealing weapons.
More interesting as Mila, anyways? Alright, I mean, I'll take your word. I'll see what it's gonna be like. Alright. Give me that attack up. Oops. Well, while we're playing as the science dog, I have a mildly related rant to go on. So as mentioned, I was kind of up early this morning because I'm attending American Chemical Society, virtually, the American Chemical Society 2026 conference virtually this year as part of my job, and that involves listening to many seminars on chemistry stuff, which is cool because I love chemistry. But, one thing that has never changed and that still kind of grinds my gears to this day is just the simple fact that, like, every single presenter, like, basically just fucking guns it, like, on their first attempt. Like, there's never any tech setup or like, maybe I should test things and make sure that my presentation works or that my audio is set up correctly. Or, anything along those lines that like someone who actually knows how technology works would actually do. So I was treated to the delightful experience of, back to back, a guy presenting from 3 a.m. because he's literally living on the other side of the world. Speaking through what sounded like a McDonald's drive-through microphone. Speaking in, ESL, which is fine, good for him. He knows more English than I do any other second language. But combine that with the mic quality of, again, a drive-through microphone, and also, oh god, what was the other thing that, like, just didn't work? Eventually his internet stopped working, right, too. Oh, and you could also hear his colleague in the background as well, talking, like, intermittently. It's like, this has got to be the worst audio experience I've ever had, and even counting, all the crappy Zoom, sessions I had to have during grad school and college, because of, COVID. Like, I still don't understand how people after COVID can have bad, like, audio setups. Like, it was kind of imperative for a while that your audio had to not sound like, nails on a chalkboard. And yet, here we already are, only a few years out from the pandemic, and everybody's already reversed their habits to, like, hello, I'm a professor with a Lenovo ThinkPad. I have never once considered audio quality in my life, and I have no idea that my internet actually cuts out every few seconds because I've never bothered to enter the 21st century, despite the fact that my profession requires me to actually know what the hell a computer is. I hope you all enjoy this 4 frame per second lecture class. It's so irritating. It's just such a pet peeve of mine. Like, just please, can everybody collectively get their online shit together? I know the time to do that was 5 years ago, but I'm begging and pleading again for that to happen. Like, I kind of get that the reason why people at conferences don't actually have the chance for a test run is just because, like, the conference itself doesn't really offer, a test run. It's just kind of like, okay, you're going to do this now, and you're presenting now, and that's that. Like, you don't get an opportunity to review, the presentation presenter rules and all that stuff, however they're going to do it. But still, maybe it should be a new practice that, like, this is something that, conferences allow their presenters to do. It would just be a much more pleasant experience for everybody. Alright, come over this way. Carol's so much better at destroying this guy. Although doing it in 2 hits is actually quite nice. I also don't know how, but as Carol, I did manage to open that section when I was playing her last time without having actually, what should I say? Open that section where the card is last time without having actually beaten the boss. I don't know how I managed to do that. And I would wonder if that's a known bug or not. I would never be able to recreate it. Alright, hello person that is being like, art! I'm positively entranced by the energy exuding from this piece. Simply divine! To honor the memory of the fallen princess who fought for peace in the War of Dragons is my duty. Oh. Huh. I didn't notice that before. I was just like, this guy is weird and talks about how... It's probably because when you show up as Lilac and Carol, he's like, I'm simply entranced by your beauty. I must paint you. And meanwhile, here he's like actually talking about the fact, like, oh yeah, here we go. Like, this is the princess that's like important to the lore. Who the hell would have thought about that, huh? Maybe it makes more sense why he's so entranced by Lilac's beauty, given that she's supposed to be the last water dragon, but still. He was a bit too young to gain admirers. That is also very fair. Good on him for not being a weirdo in that sense. Just a weirdo in, you know, the adult sense of like, hello, I'm just trying to walk down the street here, sir. Why do you say I'm like that beautiful? Gong's friends, I see him make it in the world. Oh yeah. Gong has friends, nothing can stop Gong. Yeah, sure. It was definitely Gong's doing. Scared person, hello fellow dog. Got to speak of the toothpaste commercial. Brush your teeth daily or you'll make your dentist angry. And trust me, you wouldn't like them when they're angry. Clack smash. Okay. Let's see. I'm just seeing if Mila maybe has any unique dialogue. I don't think she really does. We can go talk to Mila then. Even he knows his limits. Good on him. Seen Daily uses capture cards since his father was still alive. He just doesn't want to stream yet. Busy streaming on computer, not on console. Signature weapons. I'm not sure how they work, but they're cool. Oh yeah, that's how Dale gets his connection. Anyways, let's do the fast travel. I do love how the fast travel is like angled the other way, so that way you're probably not going to do it first try. But if you know it, then you're like, oh, I could do this.
Your Majesty.
The sun hasn't even set yet. Seems like these infernal devices are useful after all.
Which devices?
So,
Are you talking about a
sent
clock,
you, did
King
he?
Dale?
Very well. We need you to track down a thief. A large portion of our weapons and steel reserves have mysteriously vanished. And no, I am not imagining things.
Don't worry, Your Majesty. Detective Mila and her thief-detecting nose is on the case.
I appreciate your enthusiasm. Anyway, we believe the supplies were taken north.
I appreciate your enthusiasm, small child that has been sent to deal with a
Do I get a nice
highly
hat?
sensitive
All
government
detectives
contract.
Get nice hats.
Give General Gong my regards. Tell him there will be freshly steamed bows waiting for him should he decide to pay us a visit. Man, everybody really loves General Gong around here. Secret tunnel? Yeah, very secret. Milo's autistic, I'd totally buy it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell, right?
Oh, hi, Ascal.
I mean, I guess they do kind of...
Potions.
Symptoms do start popping up when you're like, you know,
Magister just
in that
needs
like
another
kind of
nose on the case.
young age of around 6,
Double
but
the noses for double the detectiving. Well, our first clue is that there's a mysterious scent trail heading north.
Fine, let's get this over with.
pick up on that scent, Mila? Wow. Accurately written nerd character in the games, probably because the devs could relate to their own experiences through her. Yeah, I don't know enough about the dev experiences. I mean, if you're willing to talk about them, then I would listen. But, not so... I could only imagine it has something to do with the whole abandonment, orphanness, or maybe just the nerd part of things about, like... Well, that's the most straightforward and simple and easy one. Of just like, yeah, you know, big science nerd. You can relate to big science nerd. I can relate to big science nerd. I am big science nerd. I'm walking on the floor of water right now. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Oh yeah, the guarding trial. We could see if there's anything different here for Milo. It's probably the same, but it would be good to just take a quick look. Well, off to a good start. It is kind of nice playing Mila now. In this, I've gotten so used to playing Carol with the bike that I'm kind of like stunned that I'm not getting knocked forward and back all around, like when I'm pressing the guard button. I got very much used to Carol just being like, yeah, you are going forward or backwards all the time, every time you're guarding. And, you know, I guess Lilac's the same way, but Lilac felt a little bit more natural in that sense. Meanwhile, it's like, well, I just got used to the bike on Carol, and now it's kind of uncanny to play something that's not that. Does that make any sense, or is that just me rambling? Alright, yeah, this tutorial's entirely the same still. What do you make of Mila's revamp in this game? Oh, as far as her design goes? Yeah, like sprite design? I am actually really quite a fan of it. I think that, the shield can reflect many projectiles. Oh, okay, that is actually slightly different. I think that it's actually really nice. I like the addition of, like, the orange highlights, especially. I don't know why in particular, but, like, the little orange wristbands, like, look really good. And also the fact that, like, her clothes now, like, stand out from the rest of her body color-wise is actually, like, really, it's a nice character addition. It's, like, I mean, her clothes were good before, but, like, now it's, like, very obvious that's, like, oh, okay, like, you know, there's something... She's wearing something that's contrasting colors, and that's fashionable, and I think that that's pretty cool. Plus, I don't, I mean, her ears look about the same, her hair looks about the same as well. Yeah, no, I like the addition of, the different clothes, and I really like the addition of the, orange rings. They're just nice color contrast that she lacked having before. You know, Carol's design didn't change much, and Carol's design was already fine, so I definitely think that was, like, you know, made sense why not much changed. Lilac's design, I like I said, I liked it in-game quite a bit, because it definitely helped make it have, I don't know, just, it was a little bit more interesting than just kind of, like, say, like, Sally Acorn from Sonic would have worn, like, in, the first game. But, you know, some of the official art looks a little strange. Not bad, but just kind of strange. Maybe it's just because, like, Lilac gets short hair in some of the official art, which, I mean, short hair, tomboy supremacy, great, but, like, Lilac, that's stealing on Carol's territory a little bit. And Lilac just kind of looks more iconic with, like, her long, locks floating in the wind, because, you know, move fast. They drag behind her. It gives, like, the impression of, like, speed lines. That's good. Struggling to remember what Nira looked like in the first game, at least in strong detail. I feel like she definitely looks the exact same from the first game as well. So, you know, 2 revamps and 2 already Kino designs. I think that's a pretty good ratio. Your skin changed? Oh, okay. I did not notice. But probably has more to do with me not having played the first game in a little while and not exactly focusing on Nira.
They're bad. Very, very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
A one-way ticket home, courtesy of the 100-hook punch. Let's make like math tutors and divide their numbers.
Still not a good line, Ascal. No matter how many times you say that, that's not going to be a good line. You know, one thing I actually still am getting a little bit messed up on is just, like, I still have a little bit of that Freedom Planet 1 muscle memory here for playing as Mila. You might notice that every once in a while I'm actually trying to put up the shield to you know, go ahead and do that. Use the super burst technique. But then I end up just using Cube Blaster because, oh, that's the button input you would press in Freedom Planet 1 to do the super burst. But in this game, it's actually its own separate dedicated button, which is good. But the first game taught me bad habits, so that's bad. He was more peachy in the first game? My Nero is made playable from the white skin? Really? Oh, are you more like saying that because she was redesigned a little bit, everybody was like, hey, you know, actually, who would make a baller 4th character for our game? Is that what you're trying to say, basically? I don't remember her having more of peachy colors. I remembered her being this way, but I guess no, I guess you're right. I think I do remember her having more than just kind of black and white like she does here. Huh. I'll take a look at Nira's design again later in the first game, just so that way I can have a better frame of reference. Pretty much yes, playable purely because given the redesign. Huh. How about that? You know, I know it would make absolutely 0 sense, but I feel like it would have been funny / cool if at the very least, like, you know, you 100% everything in the game. Yeah, you go ahead. Here's a playable Torque. But
I'm sorry, I did not understand. I'm Mila. I come in peace. Did you mean intruder?
No, absolutely not. Please don't send any guard robots. Oh dear.
Enemies detected.
But given that, you know, we have the current set of like inconsistency issues, yeah, a random Torque inclusion would just be like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. I'm getting hyper aggressive with the boss because I want to try to see if I can't get the time bonus, even if it's an ill-advised idea. All right, well, it's an ill-advised idea. I'm dying. Please, me, come on. The hitbox is so big. How can I be fucking this up? Oh, come on. So close. There we go. Space loved the redesign so much that it pretty much added her to the roster. Oh, yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah, that's fair sometimes. Honestly, when you just make a character, like, look character enough, it's like, huh. Yeah, I kind of want you in the game now. I can't stop thinking about you. You're so well designed now. You've got to become, like, important.
Move it!
Thanks, Ascal. I was almost a meal sandwich.
Whatever. I'm here to help you search the
Oh, thank you, Resident Evil reference. I was almost a Jill sandwich.
No, found trouble, big trouble, not thief, robots. Revan's robots are everywhere.
Hey, Proto, welcome. No worries.
Revan's back? Let's not jump to conclusions.
We're just here, a couple levels deep into Mila, enjoying the gameplay.
A lot of these old robots around, and they don't look all that friendly. Maybe they're lonely. Oh,
Mila's
so sad.
I guess thinking about now, comparing the gameplay, Mila is interesting for the fact that, like, she feels very similar to how she felt in Freedom Planet 1, but just, like,
All right, Lilac. I'll be fine.
streamlined in the sense that, like, her controls make a lot more sense. You know, there's no longer kind of like an awkward combination of button presses for a lot of things. She just kind of feels more... Her gameplay flows a little bit more naturally. Her controls flow a little bit more naturally. Are you enjoying the recoil boost? I honestly haven't really needed it, given the fact that, like... Given the fact that I'm not currently, like, exploring for stuff, I'm kind of just playing the stages to play the stages. You know, I'm saving... I was mentioning earlier, I was doing kind of my 100% playthrough on Carol, actually, over the last couple days. I'm going and collecting stuff on her. But, I mean, given the fact that, like, I can already fly crazy distances with, Mila, yeah, I don't think I need the recoil boost all that much. Still, I suppose it's a nice addition. I'm most enthused by the fact that I have a gun now. So, like, that really distinguishes her from the other characters, in my opinion. Like, a character in this game with range? Satisfactory. They make flutter blocking easier in this game, I think. Flutter blocking, as in, like, hovering and then pressing the guard button? Or... I'm not familiar with the terminology. I don't think I ever did that. Or do you mean more like this, where it's like you hold up and then block downwards? That's probably what you meant. I could see that, though it does seem to maybe expend your... Okay, it doesn't exactly expend your flutter, but it does seem to kind of lock up your controls for a second where, like, you can't actually go ahead and do it easily. Fortunately, the gun is not as useful as I'd like it to be. It doesn't seem to do that much damage, so... Maybe the gun is interesting, but it's not actually that good. Shield burst in the air to get a speed boost, and then... Okay. Oops. Oh. Alright, I would like to try it out, but there we go. Okay, I think I see what it is. Alright. This stage is not the best to try out flutter blocking, but I'm at least glad that I have the thought in mind now. Yeah, it definitely feels easier. You can kind of just flick the stick back a little bit and keep the momentum. You don't have to worry so much about trying to hold the stick in that direction for a certain amount of time. Like, you get locked into it pretty easily. Oops. Ow. Okay, where am I going? Okay, this is where I'm going. It's fun. I actually do feel like I have learned the stages a little bit better now. Like, I have a kind of an idea of where I'm going to get this done fast. Hopefully, my goal is to make, like, Mila and Nira's stories take maybe, like, 3 parts each. Because, yeah, as mentioned, I would like to maybe play a different game soon. So, maybe getting through these characters faster is not a bad idea. Especially, and that'll be especially assisted by the fact that I've been playing as Carol off stream, so now I know these stages. It's not just like information passing right through my brain and leaving immediately as soon as I hit the end stream button. Yeah, Shade Armory still has the best soundtrack in the whole game. Like, I've actually been listening to more of the OST now that I've, again, been replaying the stages more. And, like, while the Volcano stages music is really damn good as well, so is, like, Airship Sigwata, and one of the Bakunawa stages is really good as well. Like, I don't know, they made magic with this one, which really only appropriate given how important Brevin was to the last game story, so you gotta give the area centered around him, you know, some more pizzazz. Oh, cool, it's one of those 3-block things. That's what that was. It looked like a little empty piece of plastic. I was like, huh, what is this? An empty jar? Oh, fucking, of course, I do the flutter boost and then there's a saw right in front of me. If you ever talked about the Sonic clone you dreamed up once? I'm not sure. You talked about your Mario Wario clone that you dreamed up once that I don't remember exactly what you called it. It was some kind of ridiculous name that made no sense. Dornavio, yeah, that guy. Oh, there's a lift here for that exact reason that Mila can't get out of there on her own. Sweet. Anyways, way back in 08 or 09, when you're really big into Sonic and reading Wikia. Alright. Haha, I can get you guys through the floor. If you would just... If I just executed it perfectly, I'd get you through the floor. I've also found out that, like, Carol absolutely is great at this boss because you could just run in circles and just hold the damn fire button and, like, literally she, like, you just keep smacking Syntax the whole way through. Your hitbox is large enough for it. Mila, on the other hand, not so much. I don't have any good speed boost. Or like just Mila does not have very good options for an instant boost in speed, then following it up with an attack. She can do one or the other because the Q burst relies on doing the Q burst serves both functions. But thankfully she's got range, so it makes up for it a little bit. Through all the compiled information you've read, your dreams ended up making a Sonic clone was very weird. The setting was really cutesy and saccharine, which none of Sonic's cool, surrealist environments. The player character wasn't your typical small creature. It was Freddy Fazbear. Random battlefield.
Where do you think you're going?
Home.
It's you! You're that Snake Man guy!
I am the almighty General Serpent.
You're that Snake Man guy.
Come to you now with a proposal.
No! Get away from me! You're an icky bad snake!
Bad touch.
My, what an absolutely defective temper. Our master will have to fix that.
Our master?
Yes, the one whom we both serve with unquestioning loyalty, Lord Brevin!
You're an icky bad snake and a liar too!
What'd you think he was
Then
gonna say?
Tell me, where do you think your powers come from? Whose purpose would they serve? You were bred for battle, and you would have grown into a fine war dog too.
If it weren't for those meddling
That's not true.
kids.
I hate fighting! I have friends, and somewhere out there I have a mommy and daddy who love me very much!
And I'm sure that they're both nice and cozy in Brevin's command center. Say, would you like to see them? Join me, and together we will leave this miserable planet and reunite with our master. And I'm sure your parents would love to see you again.
Aw, you're making poor Mila cry.
Come on! I don't have all day! Are you joining me or not? This is your only chance to meet them. Do you want your parents to die, never knowing where their little girl is?
Jesus.
Shut up! Stop lying, you liar!
Fine, traitor! Then by the will of Lord Brevin, I sent
This might be the most, like, evil Serpentines actually felt, and it's because it's an adult bullying a child. Whereas, like, all the other ones were, like, I mean, an adult bullying, like, a young adult. So, like, you know, Carol and Mila, like, or Carol and Lilac both could actually stand up to Serpentine because, you know, they have fully functioning frontal lobes. Whereas Mila, like, is child and doesn't just immediately make Serpentine feel like an idiot. Okay, so I can't block that one. Sure. Anyways, get fucking reflected, idiot.
Fooled you! Surprise attack!
So, I'll catch up on chat in a second here. I could probably take out, poor Wolf Serpentine here in a moment and give more thoughts on that cutscene here, because I do have thoughts about that cutscene in a good sense. Oh, stopped him in his tracks. Okay, sometimes I'm reflecting that, because it feels a little inconsistent for no good reason. Okay, maybe I guess I'm just not doing it early enough. And I'm not gonna fall for this again. There we go. Okay.
Mission complete!
You'll pay for this!
Serpentine blasts off for the first time.
So this Serpentine was behind the incident. A relief, to say the least.
I'm just glad to hear that Brevin's not back. I came running as soon as I heard.
You know, technically I didn't hear that in this playthrough.
Father.
He didn't even imply that Brevin wasn't around.
Dad?
No.
His father, the previous king, was murdered by the intergalactic warlord Brevin. We chased Brevin off our world, but not before he left his mark on us.
Oh, yeah. Heard the stories. Sounded made up. Didn't even think they could be true.
I wasn't strong enough.
No, you weren't. There was nothing you could have done differently. But look at you now. You are the king of Shuigong. Your people look to you for guidance and leadership. You've only grown stronger since that day, Your Majesty. And you do your father's memory proud.
My people and I will take over from here. If the monster has truly returned...
If the monster has truly returned, I will call the 6-year-old in for help.
Your Majesty.
No. Thank you.
Okay, so, I guess to give thoughts on, like, that cutscene. So, like, I agree, A-Person. It's actually really cool to see, like, Mila has some explanations behind her powers in the game. Because, yeah, they were kind of just out of nowhere. Oh, that's got another cute animation for Mila, huh? Man, Mila really gets everything, huh? Because, you know, yeah, it was just kind of like, why does Mila have green block powers in the first game? I don't know, she has green in her body. How about that? But what really stuck to me in that cutscene is, like, yeah, this is Serpentine actually feeling intimidating. You don't even really know if he's lying or not, like... Yeah, it's a serviceable explanation for why Mila has her powers, and I'm guessing, you know, this actually does get explored a little bit more as the game goes on, and you know, you have to meet Serpentine again, and they make a deal, blah 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 blah. But it is interesting that Serpentine gets to actually be threatening and not kind of a comic relief character, which he hasn't really had that honor since the first game, and even then the first game, he just kind of seemed more like, you know, Brevin's best mook rather than an actually intimidating force. But we all know that Serpentine is not actually intimidating because you play, you know, with all the other characters, and he's basically a joke. But he is intimidating here because you're a child, and he is bullying a child. The only time a dickhead like that is ever going to be intimidating and be the cunning, masterful villain that he thinks he is in his head is when he bullies a child or someone else who has less power than he does. Although, obviously, Mila is really powerful in, like, the strength sense, but you know what I mean. It's really an interesting dynamic that gets explored there. Also, I would say, already this is very promising, for Mila getting more interesting dialogue. More dialogue that is also more interesting. Because, like, Carol's dialogue changed a little bit for her, but wow, the couple of cutscenes we got with her and Corey were pretty underwhelming. Like, I can already say this one cutscene for Serpentine is better than the 2 to 3 cutscenes Carol ever got with Corey. Like, Corey's cutscenes are honestly disappointing. Like, they basically just explore that the two sisters still love each other, and that they kind of have this, you know, but, like, they have just different ways of going about the world and, like, trying to navigate the difficult situation. Corey cares more about just securing a future for her and Carol. And that's it. Everyone else be damned. The whole world might be damned. Meanwhile, Carol, while still, you know, Carol still has that selfish and greedy streak. She actually does want to stop, like, you know, the world from crumbling apart. She actually does care about that. Like, that's cool to see there's a dynamic between the two of them, but, like, for how much Carol's family gets kind of referenced, and, like, the whole where are my parents kind of thing, like, the whole family dynamic between why Corey and Carol are the way they are doesn't really get discussed in Carol's story at all, and that's really disappointing. So here to see it, at least right off the bat, the first option, you know, getting to see with Mila is like, oh, cool. We're actually gonna see more about, like, how, maybe a little bit more about, like, Mila is who she is. She has these weird powers, because, oh my god, big reveal, she's apparently an alien too, along with Brevin and what have you, and that's why she appears in the first game all of a sudden, has these green powers. But it's like actually just picking up on, like, the story beat that was laid down in Lilac's story, the primary story, that just was not picked up on in Carol's story in her respective story beat. It's good, and that Serpentine cutscene is so good for so many reasons, and also not the least of which is the fact that even though Serpentine bullies the absolute hell out of Mila, Mila with, you know, shield just absolutely obliterates poor Serpentine. He stands no chance. Let's see. Dinosaur, crane. Okay, that is a really weird OC. You're coming up with chimeras for Sonic in your dreams, apparently. This just makes Serpentine even bigger loser since he can only really intimidate a child. Exactly, and that's kind of what was so great, is that that cutscene not only developed character for Mila, it also developed character for Serpentine, that he really is a big fucking loser, and he's really just Brevin's best mook, which isn't saying very much. He's kind of just a jerk. All right, Dale, what you got to say to me now? Since you're out of General Serpentine, you've seen the other Taylor scale, and then moved on, which is worrisome. Oh, I'm sure we'll see him in the endgame. Oh, this guy needs more sleep. He made like a half-assed analogy. I can relate to this character very much. This random NPC will now become my obsession. Gordo snoring, Judy's wet dog smell. Hey, I'm Dog, and, well, I was in green goopy water a little while ago. Don't talk about wet dog smell to me, it's insulting. Oh yeah, you're like the news person. From Fear General in Brevin's army to literal trash man living in garbage, we discuss the infamy and subsequent fall of Serpentine tonight on Tri-Kingdom News. I'm Maria Note. I can give you the interview that he bullied a small child. That ought to be really good for, like, the tabloid. I don't remember if the dinosaur crane could even spin dash or fit through tight places. Well, it probably had, like, a thin neck, right? Get through flexing that around. Chloe thinks people make fun of Chloe for talking in the third person. That makes her sad until Chloe remembers she swims in a big pile of gold gems every night, and they don't. Chloe wins. You know, money isn't everything in this world, Chloe. God, you really do have you have very memorable and very distinct dreams there, Proto. It still baffles me how many times you have a dream that's like you can just rattle off and be like, that is a whole ass narrative in and of itself. Like, I said it before, it's still very impressive. All right. Okay. Well, let's go in reverse difficulty order this time. Go to the battlesphere. You'll have to save your comment about the airship until next time, Frodo.
She said she was going to Shangmu to buy ice cream for everyone. Isn't she the best?
Uh-huh.
Being online mobile devices ruined your ability to dream? Interesting.
Super quick. Carol? Why are you going to Shangmu?
I still have vibrant dreams, even with my mobile devices.
Whoa, what?
No, we aren't, Proto.
What about,
Sorry.
our missions from the Magister.
Can't talk. Robot smashy time.
Nira's gonna kill us.
That'll be next time, Proto. Don't worry. You'll have the opportunity to say the line.
Like we do? Then come on down to the Battlesphere for Mayhem Monday. Face down the awesome power of our
Most of your current dreams are a
Battlebot
slurry of what you
Brigade.
experience from your
And
day-to-day,
don't
but
forget
poorly
about our
rearranged.
knuckle-busting Battle Royale. We're fighters
See,
from
my
all
dreams are
around
hardly
the
ever
globe
about
duking
what
it
I've
out for a
experienced
chance to
day
win
to
the
day.
grand
They're more
prize.
just like
Are you a bad enough dude to survive
stream of
the
consciousness
Battlesphere?
mishmashes of like
Royal face
various
me,
things I've
Captain
experienced in my life or like
Must be 13 years old
media.
to apply. The Battlesphere is not responsible for death, dismemberment, injuries, or hair loss of any kind. This
Like,
advertisement is sponsored by Mayor Zalin Zalin Entertainment Corporation. Grand prizes
You know,
are
either
at the
like
discretion of
okay,
Mayor
going
Zalin
to the
at any time and
airport
non-negotiable.
and
All
like
trips
being
used are
stressed about
non-refundable.
getting to the airport, even and like the fucking road is like unnaturally getting longer.
Make Carol the
And
Wildcat.
the lines at the airport are getting longer,
Be your
or
stage name?
you know,
So cool.
weird things like
Go
that.
after
And then
her,
suddenly
you
there's like
witch.
cats, and I'm
I
with
have
my
better
cat, my
things
mom's
to
cat,
do.
and then I'm with my
Wait.
mom.
Didn't you say you were looking for more fighters?
And then all of a sudden I'm like actually trying to spend
Slowly
time with
I
her
did,
instead of going
but
to the
Dong
airport.
and I had already
Just
considered
a
it.
weird kind
The
of stream of
champion had
mediocrity.
No interest in our battles. Something about the Red Wing of Justice will not be drafted into military service.
That was very good.
Thank you.
But you do want his help, right? So what if we go to the Battlesphere and win? Then he'll have to reconsider.
It'll be fun. I'm going to enter as Aleem, the masked Murata with a mysterious past.
You don't have a
I
mask,
would
Mila.
like to know if the robots in there are related to the ones we've been fighting. I suppose this is worth our attention.
That's the spirit.
Sometimes you do have dreams more focused off various stressful past experiences like high school or forgetting stuff on family vacations. There is certainly a large number of times where I dream and it's always and like I have remembered that it's like basically like a school dream. Like I'm pretty sure that actually happened last night, and if not last night, you know, a couple of nights ago. I had some dream about like, you know, not having enough time to get like a report done, and I didn't know the subject matter very well, and I was just kind of freaking out about it a little bit. So yeah, no, I still have that a lot, and as I think I've mentioned before as well, the stress dream for me is being late for a flight. That is always the most stressful thing I dream of consistently. It really shows that even though I've flown many times in my life, no, the airport is still a stressful experience. I don't like it. I don't know why I bothered with that swing. I could have just flown into the damn ring and been done with it. Okay, I do like that Mila has the opportunity just to shoot those things down. She doesn't have to wait for them to blow off their laser and then, like, you know, counterattack. Also, she can actually take out these things relatively safely. Fuck. Dreams are a lot weirder when you're young, you have no idea why. I don't know, I don't really feel like my dreams when I was young were actually all that crazy. They felt pretty normal. I feel like only now my dreams have gotten weird as an adult. Now I know a lot of that is just to blame on melatonin, but even my non-melatoninated dreams are very strange, and I don't feel like they were that strange when I was young. I feel like when I was young, I would usually dream about, like, Pokemon, or, like, you know, I felt like I was floating on, like, up my bed or something like that. Very, just, like, average stuff. Nothing too compelling. Let me actually Hold on, can I get the camera to zoom in if I stand still for long enough? No? Okay, I wanted to see what that icon actually was, because it kind of looked like a Christmas tree, but... I guess we just won't know for now. Oh no, I'm in high school again, surrounded by actual children who treat me like one of them. First nightmares when you're stuck in a haunted house and Jar Jar Binks was trying to chase you down? That's something. Yeah, that's certainly something. I can't really recall my first nightmare. No, hold on. The first nightmare I can recall was actually, like... Boy, this is gonna sound kind of lame. It was an environmental-based nightmare, like, because I had watched some Simpsons at that point. I had, observed the not-so-scrupulous practices of Mr. Burns and how he runs his nuclear facility. And having been a science kid who also read on, like, environmental issues and the issues of, like, toxic waste and what have you, very much was in this mindset of, like, but the nuclear waste, they're just dumping it. It is being dumped and it is bad, and the world is bad. And my parents had to be like, no, kid, like, they have ways of, like, dealing with this stuff. They're not just, like, dumping it into the river. But I do remember very much waking up, like, shitting and crying. Not literally, but I do remember crying over, like, oh my god, they're just pouring the waste right into the water and we're all gonna die and all that. And, the whole images of nuclear waste-based apocalypse from pollution, far off. But if I was maybe dreaming of carbon dioxide, then, maybe we'd be onto something there. Okay, this is funny. This stage is kind of insulting to me when I was going back to look for, like, all the stuff as Carol. So all 3 of the collectible items in this stage are literally right here at the end. You just need to, like, flip all of these switches and you will, and enter each of, like, the gates that they open, and that's where all of the boxes are. There's no exploration actually needed. You just need to open all 3 of these, go to them, and then you will have them. And avoid taking the drill, because that'll move you on to the next segment. Go. Redstone, and we're out of here. You used to have a recurring semi-nightmare where you use an uncannily off version of your house and something was going to arrive and attack me, so you had to run into the woods. Cool. Lots of random fears I'm noticing as a pattern here. I don't know, my dreams weren't really filled with fear as a kid. They were just kind of unremarkable. And now my dreams aren't usually filled with fear. They're mostly filled with anxiety. Over mundane things, I might add. Although there is the occasional, I had a dream where I got beheaded by a plane that's crashing. That doesn't sound fun. But more often than not, it's pretty mundane. Oh, that's cool. Mila could basically just stand still. I'll do that. That sounds more fun. A different way of fighting this boss. Okay, I definitely had the shield up early enough there. I don't feel like I should have gotten hit, but sure. Obtained. Yeah, tickle nightmares. Now you're more on the grotesque side of things. Interesting.
While this was an unexpected deviation,
You ever consider a career in horror movie writing?
Our neighbor's strength.
It sounds like
We're
you'd
all
probably
in
be able to make
together,
some
after
really
all.
good, at least
Have fun
Netflix specials.
storming the battlesphere. Takes me back.
Chicken Lightning. Sounds like a Chicken Little Reject character. That's what you think, Frodo, but if you redefine what Netflix audiences are desiring for, you'll make, like, the next great, piece of cinema. They didn't think they were ready for the Oil Desert Nightmare, but, you know, they actually were, and they love it, and they want more. And then you're going to be forced to revisit your deepest nightmares forever and ever. This seems like less of a viable career path the longer that I talk about it. Give me that chest. I don't really need it, but I'll take it. Maybe an item will be useful. Oh, hold on, I'll take this thing. Oh, hold on, I wanted that thing. Give me the thing. There we go. Ooh, 4 cubes, would you look at that? You ever seen that before? Maybe you have, but I haven't. So it's new to me, damn it. Oh, it's so nice that Mila doesn't have to directly interface with some of those enemies like that. They're just like, I'm a pure hitbox of contact damage. Take care of me. Address me. Chicken Lightning is the one nightmare where black lightning turned the sky white. It sounded like roosters crowing. Uh-huh. Oh, your abstractions. Crash loves camping, confirmed. Yeah, exactly. I want the enemies to come to me, not to, me have to go to them. That's crazy. All of these have names? Do you mean like the enemies or like the attacks or which thing? Oh no, you mean your nightmares. Yeah, they're that iconic to you that you've given them just, you know, nightmares to be forever referred to. Or names to be forever referred to in shorthand because they just come up so much, it seems. I'm sure if I remembered my nightmares more, I would actually have given them names, but I tend not to do that. Oh my god, Mila with I'm starting to see... That was a really good example of Mila with an attack boost is not okay. I think she probably has lower DPS than Carol does, but I get this distinct feeling that Mila maybe has the better burst damage than Carol. Just a hunch. Well, I tend to remember my normal dreams more than my nightmares, just because my normal dreams end up being the weird ones. My nightmares are just like, uh-oh, I got killed in some kind of way. I don't like death. Meanwhile, my dreams are like just confusing abstract mishmashes of like random life, and then maybe the occasional like, oh, I'm coming up with like a new vegetable. Like I think I mentioned in the Discord at a certain point that I was like, I came up with something that was like kind of like something between like a parsnip and cilantro, and I call it like a parsnio. And I was convinced that it was real, and then I woke up and I'm like, that's not real. I'm sad. I wanted to know what a parsnio tasted like.
Shiny!
Ooh, good speed. Nice. Okay, I'm just noticing how Mila skates along the fucking the tracks. That's, again, adorable. Mila gets every single cute animation, damn it. It's not fair. I wanted the cat to have more cute animations. I'm a cat person. But then again, Carol is the tomboy, so if we got cute on her, it just wouldn't be right. Yeah, you get the rollover animation. I showed it. It's adorable. Alright, that annoying asshole's out of the way. Now we got to take these two out. Focus on this one. Ow. Yeah, alright, Carol definitely has the better DPS. This fight's way easier as her.
Mission complete.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I kind of wanted to try digging on, like, the dirt here. Maybe, like, actually make the dig thing useful. Oh, well. Typically more of a reptile bug person, whether you like it or not. Thanks, allergies. No, that sucks. Not being able to have a cute, cuddly little pet. I mean, you know, they make, like, hypoallergenic dogs with, like, more human-like hair, too, if you really want to take that route. But I understand with the, I understand the fret there. Yeah, I'll take that. Your picture. Look at it! It's so! Alright. And skipping up dialogue, let's go meet up with Carol. Hi, Carol.
Wait up!
Lilac, hi, how's it going?
What were you thinking? You shouldn't have run off without us.
I don't need a babysitter, okay? I can handle myself.
That's not the point and not at all what I meant.
We want a battle sphere too! Mila?
If we're gonna fight in the battle sphere, then we're gonna do it together. As a
I
team.
don't know, reptiles and bugs are kind of cool. I don't think I would personally be interested in owning reptiles because they're a little bit slower, or like they're snakes, and I don't know, I don't really dislike snakes, but like the ones you can actually have at home feasibly is like, yeah, they're a little bit boring, in my opinion.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence.
And I don't have any particular inclinations away from bugs, but I'm also not like super endeared by them either way either. The tarantulas are pretty cool. I like tarantulas. It is kind of funny though, out of like my main friend group, like I seem to be the only one who isn't bugged out by spiders. They all seem to really dislike spiders, and I'm like, that's maybe not weird, but it is a little bit curious that it shook out that way. Okay, cool. The red scar's looking up at Serpentine too. Nobody likes that asshole. Oh right, that asshole. I'm not talking to that guy. Here, let me buy some of the stuff that makes my talent, my adventure difficult. Closest thing to a dream pet you get is a beetle. Yeah, fair. Beetles are pretty cool. They have a nice variety of shapes and, you know, power, I guess is the best way to put it. Size. They got different things going on for them, and they all look different, too. The only reason I don't have a cat, even though I would like to have a kitten, is just like don't exactly feel like I have the time for one at the moment. You know, what with the whole stream thing and the full-time job thing. Full-time job and a full-time hobby means I don't feel like the pet is the best idea at the moment. There we go, finally, a little bit of speed. I could, well, sort of maintained that. Okay. Thankfully, there's more dirt ground in the next one, right? Oh, I'll just have to stop in the middle of Captain Kalau stage. All right, good job, girls. Took out almost everybody. Thanks, Nira. Can't actually lift your own weight, huh? Oh god, again, ranged character, so useful in this. I don't have to deal with these little bastard robots that always get in your personal space. You have to wait for an opportunity to attack them normally. Okay, occasionally one still slips through, but I can deal with that. Get on the Blender render idea of having Mila and Nira shooting giant laser beams out of the hand/staff respectively. That sounds pretty cool.
Booyah! Piece of cake!
Child's play. So what now?
Whoa!
They could go like.
It's
a shame we don't know what planet, like, what the planet name of what Brevin's from. It's gonna be like, you know, Silence, whatever your name is, like, you know, like Earthican or something like that. But like, I don't know exactly like. We can't complete the joke.
Alright, here's the plan. You guys take the ball, and I'll take on the champ.
No. You have
But it
done
would be
well to
good.
come this
I would
far,
agree.
But facing the champion is my responsibility.
I would like to see the Mila Nira double blast.
Guess we're going to have to settle this the hard way, huh?
Oh, I've been waiting a long time for this!
Okay, we'll have to go back. Or, well, hold on. No, Captain Claus does still have dirt, so I can do something with that. Okay, just stay off to the side here, and I should still just have enough health. Just get through everything. I'll just bully Carol, or they'll take Carol out for me. Nope, I'm actually getting the kill. I wanted Carol. Real bad. Come on, Nira. Come on. Blast yourself. Oh, come on. I know you wanna. Alright, fine. I'll do the blasting.
My stones! We have a new record!
Good luck with the rest, and don't get cocky.
That was awesome! Let's do it again!
Do not foul this up.
Putting a lot of pressure on like a small
Ladies
child
and
there, guys.
gentlemen,
Jeez.
the self-proclaimed defender of the defenseless, the Red Wing of Justice, our very own champion of the Battlesphere, Captain Kalau!
Hi, Captain Kalau. I think your outfit is really pretty. What is that? A titanium fiber polymer weave?
Ooh, identifying cool stuff.
I, Captain Kalau, acknowledge.
Also, wait, Proto.
Thank you.
If
I bet your fortitude is
if
nice
Ace
too.
hasn't already pointed it out, you need to show Ace Captain Kalau because that was similar to the character that Ace was showing off in today's stream. I forget what their OC was that they were comparing to that other guy from other game that I didn't know. But that's the same color scheme, and therefore you need to make Ace self-conscious about it.
Final challenge. That's right, folks.
Ace is feeling it.
The
Okay.
champion himself will decide what a contestant's final challenge will be.
I do wish that this wasn't always a race.
For a race.
Oh, you mean like exercise? Yay! I'm an excellent runner.
Of the group, you're probably the
As all
worst
good
runner,
citizens
actually,
should be.
Mila.
Now, let us begin.
Okay, first order of business. Find some dirt and roll around in the dirt for a little while. Is this anything? Is this doing anything? No? Alright. You know, it was actually funny doing this as Carol with the bike because yeah, Carol with the bike goes so goddamn fast that actually I was able to lap Kalaw. He was on like he did lap 3 and I was on lap 5 and I actually just completely went around him. It was pretty sad on his end. Boy, Mila's kind of slow. This is maybe a little bit more difficult than I was thinking it was gonna be. That certainly helps, but it's still a lot closer than it was for any of the other girls. Okay, doing diagonal boosts like that helps. Alright. Digging is merely aesthetic in the game. Alright, fair enough. Wouldn't expect any less.
I don't believe what I'm seeing, folks. Our newcomer
Also,
has
funnily
beaten
enough, like there
Captain
is an
Kalau's
achievement for
challenge.
beating Captain Kalaw without using
I have tasted
special
defeat.
or attack or guard or anything like that.
Is
But
yours.
you know what doesn't count against that achievement is bringing in the badge that gives you Carol's bike. So you could absolutely have the most broken ability to
Very
win
well.
this race
My people will
ludicrously
review your
quickly.
request and
And it doesn't
details.
count against the achievement.
I would tend to some unresolved matters. I will message you once I'm done. You have my word.
Oh, thank you. That's very gracious of you.
Here to present the grand prize for the Battle Royale is the honorable, handsome, and highly humble leader of our fair city, our very own Mayor Zhao!
Yippee, it's him again.
Thank you!
Here to present us with $5 off of our next McDonald's meal.
The grand prize!
I don't know how people still keep electing this guy.
Everyone stand back! This is going to be good!
I think I would unironically enjoy still seeing him as mayor in Freedom Planet 3.
Coupons for you and 5 of your
Just
friends to dine at
and like
City Hall in glorious
I would like to see him
downtown
still as
Sydney.
mayor in Freedom Planet 3, but like
Thank you,
with
Mayor
like a
Zhao.
genuine establishment of like, oh, he has actual competition in his elections. Like, he almost lost the last one. It's like, I just want that one line of dialogue. And so it's like, people actually do just like Mayor Zhao, and so they keep electing him. Even though he's like one of the most unlikable motherfuckers to us. Maybe he's like actually just a good politician to his people, and people actually like that.
But they're nothing that the captain can't handle at full strength.
Good.
He does know how to put on a
I
show.
had no intention of
I totally believe he just rigs the elections. That's exactly the kind of thing that Mayor Zhao would do. I believe. But I could also totally believe that just somehow people actually like him and they just vote for him because, like, yeah, maybe he's like a jerk to us and he sucks at interpersonal relationships. But like, oh no, he actually, like, he asked the citizens, like, oh wow, no, they have like real benefits and they aren't like working 47 hours a week and they have healthcare. And it's like, actually, Mayor Zhao has some good ideas. He's just kind of a jerk to, you know, interpersonally. Even if he's doing them for selfish reasons. Even if he just says, like, I do it because I want to stay in power. It's like, well, better than nothing. Oh, certainly there are, yeah. Cough. America's getting familiar with that. You know. But I would find it funny if Mayor Zhao just actually somehow is not a horrible politician. He's just a horrible person. It would be a funny way of writing things. Unlike this character, who is a horrible person and is not a good politician either. Yeah, talking about the water dragon in the battlesphere. Ugh. Okay. Hello, Lilac. If you want to talk about what happened between you and Super Teen, you'll be here, alright? Okay, I mean, I guess we could do that. The battlesphere was fun. We should definitely do it again when things are a little less crazy. A little weirded out by all the attention getting a water dragon, though. Yeah, it's a little bit weird that you're being tokenized, Lilac. Sorry about that. Yeah, Britain's teetering towards that a little bit. Okay, now Mila's talking to herself, but like, alright, a little bit more organizedly. Well, I've heard of better things about Britain not entirely leaning into the dark side. Maybe having a little bit of a resurgence the other way, but it's, I would say it's definitely not the easiest situation out there. It is a little bit, teeter-tottery. Could go one way or the other. Well, anyways, I'm going to click the spy Kyrate Panic. That's definitely what this is called. And, after we get our opening cutscene, I think that'll be it for today's stream. There you go. You get to say it now, Proto. Say the line. Say Shy Lily Airship. You can do it. And goodbye, Pangu. Different Pangu. Yeah, so shockingly, the Green Party's actually doing something in England, which is like, I didn't expect that. But that's good. You know what else is good? This session. You know who else is green? Is Mila. I had a good session with Mila. Yeah. That was fun. And I'm getting through things a lot faster this time because I'm not so unconfident about how the level is arranged. I'm actually getting used to just how all the levels are, so I can rip through these pretty quickly. Yeah, good time. Mila's a fun character. She's, again, plays a lot like Freedom Planet 1, but just, like, more streamlined. Fewer weird button combinations you need to press. Her physics feel a little bit better, and, like, her core gameplay just feels like it just tweaked a little bit to, like, make a little bit more sense. Also, she's not as ludicrously broken in the damage department as she was previously. So, like, Mila, good. Liking this development for her character a lot. Yeah, you need to get it eventually. It's a little bit hard to buy things when you don't got that whole income problem. But yeah, that's gonna do it for me tonight. I had a hell of a lot of fun playing Freedom Planet 2 again, and we'll be back to it in 2 weeks. For now, let's see. We have Thursday. We're doing a chemistry react stream, so if you want to see me watch some chemistry videos and give my chemistry knowledge insights and maybe explain what I'm watching a little bit, go ahead and join. It'll be fun. I think it's always fun because I like actually sharing my professional knowledge with everybody too. I like talking about chemistry genuinely. is my biggest passion. And then, let's see, join the Discord if you haven't already, because we talk about video games like Freedom Planet and mostly Mega Man, but we could talk about Freedom Planet as well. If you like the video and you subscribe, I appreciate that. If you share it with your dog, I can just use that one. I don't have to go complicated with my what have we shared bit today. Share it with your dog and share it with maybe your dog's friends. And that would be awesome too, because more viewers and more numbers equals more attention to the stream, which is more fun. Yippee. Anything else I'm forgetting? I mean, I guess you can follow me on my socials if I want. I don't really do much there, but if you ever want me to see me repost something woke every once in a while, that's pretty cool. You can go there. You can follow me on Twitter or Blue Sky. Yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. So I'm probably gonna hang out in the Discord for a little bit after this. Why not? I have nothing else to do for a moment, and I don't have to wake up quite as early tomorrow. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed. Thanks for coming, everybody. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you all next time. Good night.